We have begun.
Welcome back once again to this party that we don't have a name for yet, one of these days, but
Because on the
no.
screen, it's Tom Crusaders.
Look on, that is it, that is the name of the party.
No.
That's what we're in.
No.
Right, well, until further notice, we have no name of the party. What we could do?
The name of the party is the party with no name.
The party with no name.
Go ahead.
In
What?
the last episode, what happened last week?
I fall asleep.
Hold on. My notes somewhere.
That did happen.
My notes somewhere.
I was supposed to compile a list of shit we buy and send it to the DM.
Oh, this is real long notes, bro.
I just know I wake up when Ricardo's trying to, Broadfield trying to thief a book from the library.
Oh, after.
He just walk into the library and he get curled with.
Well, gonna skim through. Say we wake up from some kind of drunkenness. Had some escapades. Silda basically tell me to get out, go to Neverwinter, which we did.
We abandoned Niclarius.
Basically,
no,
Sovereign.
well, yeah.
Sovereign left behind some shit. We take the shit and we give it to the green guy, Durak, Flesh Green, if I remember his name right. Yes. He's green. He was a green blob. We give it to the green blob. Anyway, Kenshi lost our arm wrestle battle. We finally made it to the place. After beating the guy who was selling birds, we didn't take any of the birds. They didn't want to talk to me too much. Reaching Neverwinter, me and Broderick don't like it. Went to the Hall of Justice. Silda actually organized a place for us to live, but we need to go meet them there. In the meantime, from when we went there to meet Zilda, we do some shopping around and we look at different things, and yeah, basically that.
A lot of purchases was made last session. Yeah.
In session.
Yeah, I think that
was fairly accurate.
Pretty accurate, all things considered. Yeah, who could blame you, right? I just realized that the Cragmore, a lot of the old maps might be difficult to revisit them because they're not there anymore.
We had no reason to go back.
Yeah, for now, perhaps.
No.
It's alright because
Foreshadowing.
that even though I have even though we don't have the maps like as the back end, I have saved all of the the drawings and doodlings and whatever we have on the maps themselves. So if we ever revisit, I just throw back the map, but I just re-upload it and throw back the map, to be honest with you, right?
Nice. That's why we could, see 729 bullets.
Precisely. I didn't delete that. I don't know if I did that. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Right. So back in the city of Neverwinter with the hustle and bustle, we still ain't really sort out that Discord bot, so I just had to pretend that you could hear hustle and bustle, right? Good.
I was playing it in the background, so
it only play up on Spotify for some reason. For me, it does not. It just refuses to work with YouTube.
No, I mean, in the video you would hear it. I just had it on as next tab.
Oh, thanks. The video have the atmosphere. That's the important part, for the viewers.
Play it back. Come on.
I was hearing it last time. I was hearing it the last time.
Oh, well, would. I don't know why, but good. Great. So, here we are. You all had kind of gathered at Silda's house at this part of the Protector's Enclave. He asked you all to come by so that you could kind of have a little conversation. And the last session ended basically with him saying, I'm sure you'll wonder why I've gathered you here. And then, it ended rather suddenly, rather abruptly. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're there. You're at a very large dining table. Sconces on the wall provide some light. Obviously, somebody has been working here and keeping the place relatively clean, but you're pretty sure it's not Silda. Probably has some hired help in and around the way. As you all walk through the door, Gundren was at the table already with a tankard of ale and a cask at his side, and he poured everyone, a tankard. Silda walks in, sees everyone drinking alcohol again and immediately starts to mutter under his breath. Kind of gets it under control, and then once again sort of says, I'm sure you've wondered why I've gathered you all here today. I also don't know why I've gone for this voice, but it's Sildar now. It was Sildar last week, right? So it's Sildar now. So at least when I talk like this, it's Sildar talking.
Mm-hmm.
He's upset that we're drinking rum.
I don't know if Sildar had a stroke or something, but that's...
Oh, God.
If you see what I'm doing with my face to get this voice out, there you know.
I know exactly what facial expression you're making right now.
Perfectly. Perfect.
Hey, yo.
Right. Ricard, we need to say Ayo very clearly so we could record it for the soundboard. That's as an aside. Right. I'm sure you'll wonder why I've gathered you here today. Well,
Yes.
how much do you know of the city of Neverwinter?
Absolutely nothing.
They're quite prejudiced towards some of us.
It has something floating.
At least 2 things.
We know 2 things. The racist and the half shit floating.
Yes, quite. Very well then. I'll do my best to bring you up to speed. As you might know, Neverwinter is a major port city. Unfortunately, in recent times, things have not been quite as stable as we might have liked. I told you before about the Lord's Alliance, correct?
Quite indeed.
You indeed did mention it.
What do you recall?
I recall that isn't it such that they basically have control over the area and they act as like the political talking heads to basically do bureaucracy with other settlements in the area / in the extended area. Is that correct?
Generally. We are a council of noble lords, founded quite some time back. Our members come from anywhere from the north and western heartlands all the way south. And generally speaking, we oppose the more unsavory elements, namely the Black Network and the Shadow Thieves. You will...
My goodness.
Who knows the most? Who is a city slicker? Nobody is a city slicker, particularly. Can she give me a history check?
Alright.
History? Yeah, we'll give my history. Sure, no problem. Because you traveled. Get. You could also give my history because you traveled.
Been a city man at that point in time, but not this city.
Yeah, not the city, but you've been a city man before.
Oh, it's a plus nothing. Wait.
That seems correct.
Both of you is a plus nothing.
Yeah, it's a plus nothing.
Oh no. Okay, right, good. Right, so maybe that's not the best thing to have your role, but for all intents and purposes, you know just that when he mentions the Black Network, he's referring to the Zentarim, which is a mercenary company and mercantile organization. So they started out as mercenaries, and they now just a bunch of rich merchants who fund whichever interests that they might. You've heard them mentioned before because they're all over the place. They're not just in Neverwinter. They're like everywhere within the continent, basically. And when he mentions the Shadow Thieves, you've heard whispers of them before as a rogue, but you've not actually had any interactions with them. Right?
Hmm.
Right. So that's those two. And he also mentions on those ruffians from the north, because there's some barbarian tribes up north who are also, coming in.
Oh my.
The city of Neverwinter, as you might know, is a bit of a melting pot. Not as bad as that disgusting city of Luskan, and not particularly as diverse as Waterdeep, but nonetheless, many come for the port and the trade. a number of warring factions ever since our most recent lord took over. The most recent lord that he's referring to is somebody that most of you would have heard of, except Derek, because he probably forget everything, right? Because he can't remember nothing. But it was anybody who was anywhere basically passing through any town in Faerun at the time would have heard. Oh, where am I putting this in the chat? Roll 20 chat, right? Would have heard of that name
Mm.
because he was sort of hurriedly elected, question mark, taken over, question mark. He was put in charge, question mark, of Neverwinter. And all of a sudden he was the head honcho of the biggest city, one of the biggest cities, if not the biggest city on the Sword Coast, right?
That man named
Um,
Raja Ali.
you've heard of him, but you've not actually never necessarily connected him. You didn't know if he was still in power. It's been quite some time since he took over, essentially, right? Yeah.
Is he
So, sorry,
Is he incompetent?
you're asking Scylla, you're asking me.
Um, let's say asking it out of character, because I don't know how Silva feels about him.
What you heard at the time was that he was basically he helped get the city back in order
Okay.
after a tragedy, but you didn't necessarily hear specifics. But most people would have heard that, oh, well, he's a young man who's taken on the reins, sort of thing.
See what Jonathan said in the chat?
Yeah, I did. I pretended not to see it. He should be studying. You know why he's sending memes. I'm waiting for him to unmute and cuss me.
Waiting for combat to start.
Yeah. Yeah. So since Lord Daggelt took over, things have been touchy, to say the least. You lot have not necessarily been in the city for particularly long, and you've been somewhat out of touch, I'd say, given your circumstances. So you're not to know, but he's not necessarily the most popular individual at the moment. There are a number of factions vying here for control in Neverwinter. The Lord's Alliance wishes to establish control and a bit of logic and order to the city.
Is there a bounty for his head?
Not openly. Rather, I think you'll find that Lord Daggelt seems to be the one in charge of ensuring there's a lack of political enmity, if you catch my meaning.
Interesting.
Nonetheless, under his reign, Neverwinter is in a period of prosperity that we've not quite yet seen in the past 50 years since Lord Alagonda passed. That is the previous head of the city, basically, whose family line had ruled from a good while before. But he was the last one. He didn't have any heirs, and he died. There was a whole tragedy based on that, which may or may not be related to a campaign that we run in the future. Who knows? Right. Yeah. So, nonetheless, we do find, having spoken to my peers, that your interests in facing the cult of Moloch and our interests in maintaining order and vanquishing evil seem to align quite nicely.
Yes.
We may have some information, but we do need a bit of assistance.
What type of assistance are you
What
talking?
kind of assistance are you asking for?
As you might have noticed, we do rely quite heavily on the port here. Our docks are rather important. The river itself plays a huge role. To that end, we tend to take rather unkindly to anything that might threaten the docks. Tell me, have you ever heard of Skyhorn Lighthouse? Everybody, I can't say everybody, but any two people could give me a. Let's go. I wanted to do a history check, but let me see if it has something slightly less shitty to make for that roll. What are some skills that anybody could give me? Oh Jesus Christ! I'm just trying to get like a shitty character sheet up here so I can look at the picture and tell her what check to make. Yeah, man. History or investigation, sure. Either or, whichever one you have better in. Any two people.
Both are minus +0.
Not
Oh,
me.
nice.
I have a +2 history.
Yeah, you might as well
Go
give a roll a broad figure, roll at 10.
I have a +3 investigation.
You can roll instead.
Yeah, roll the investigation. I just looking for wisdom based things, but
My
like
pure one
Whatever.
is good.
nice.
It rolled twice.
Oh,
It rolled
wisdom
3
based.
times.
That should
Roll
roll.
3
It
times.
rolled 4 times. It rolled 5 times.
I feel like
Hey,
you just
rolled
clicking
6
it.
times.
hey,
I am
hey.
not.
If you
Yeah,
Just-
pure
I feel you're just
wisdom, I could
clicking
do
it because you're
insight,
not
you know.
happy with it.
Insight to work
hold on.
or
I
survival.
reloaded the character page because this is.
Man,
Look at this.
spamming up my page, right?
Insight is
Eric's on a
more
roll.
about like if you could figure out what the person is talking
Let me
about.
blame Justin.
Investigation is a wrong check for this as well. It's really more history than anything
I
else.
never
'Cause
do.
it's like
Alright.
prior knowledge kind of thing. But
Alright, look my history
Check
roll.
that.
Rock is typing. Bro, I forgot to mute here. Oh yeah, you man get spam with a set of rules.
Upon the 3D dice, by the way.
Right.
I'm
So
using
none
it.
of you know, none of you know anything basically, right?
I've heard of a lighthouse before.
I know it's
What?
a
I think
house, and I know what's a light.
It's a lighthouse.
I see you've heard of
Skyhorn.
them too.
Skyhorn Lighthouse is one of Neverwinter's better kept secrets, but nonetheless, at the lighthouse itself, the Skyhorn family helps protect our port, for lack of a better description. As of right now, we've no need of their services. But in a mere month, as the winter winds continue to blow in, our port will be beset by the rains, and we will need their assistance. Our last envoys to Skyhorn have gone unanswered, and there are rumors on the docks of strange happenings. On the one hand, the city of Neverwinter could very easily muster a naval force. On the other hand, whichever faction attends to this problem might be given a leg up in our political race. More importantly, though, whichever faction discovers the nature of the problem might be able to influence the city. We'd not want that information to fall into the wrong hands. Since I've worked with you in the past, despite your unconventional strategies, you have proven rather effective, I must say.
Well,
Although
thank you.
you do seem to be lacking one blonde fellow.
That's fine. He is untrustworthy.
Indeed, I found so myself. In any case, I am asking you, as a member of the Lord's Alliance, to investigate this matter with as much privacy as you can muster.
I'll take 500 gold to keep it secret. Just kidding, just kidding. Don't say that.
I wanted to ask, well, in character, are you aware how far other factions may be into this investigation, so to say?
As far as our intelligence suggests, as well as some divine guidance, we are the first to hear of this incident. Somewhat by luck, an envoy of Tyr was passing near the island, and they claimed to see strange sights on their way back. I was speaking to them just this morning, and a very hasty plan was drawn up. Time is, of course, of the essence, so we've elected to hire you No other mercenary bands are present in Neverwinter at this point in time.
When you
Or I
say
should say, no other independent mercenary bands.
okay. When you say strange sights, are they what is that? Does it seem natural strange, magic strange? What type of strange are we talking about? Okay.
Reports seem to vary based on who's telling the story, after all. We attempted to request information from some sailors, some dockside workers, but those reports were as fanciful as you can imagine. A young boy at the docks told me he saw a large water dragon eat an entire ship. I find that somewhat hard to believe.
Sounds like a duck.
We have experience with those.
An experienced sailor said he saw a monsoon appear, wreck a ship, and then disappear in as many minutes. Regardless, sailors are now apprehensive of sorts to approach the island, and then we fear that this discord will spread. Most major trading vessels have not yet discovered this, but our winter produce is most critical.
Where do you suggest we start, or is this just an open-ended problem that you think we should find leads? Do you have any leads that we can go off of?
Indeed. As a matter of fact, I have a couple leads for you. The first is a merchant who came to us in the first place. Benji Frogwater approached the Lord's Alliance. His merchant ship, the Jade Lion, was the most recent ship to go missing.
What type of, well, if you know, do you know what type of items he was transporting?
I can't say offhand. I've had limited dealings with Benji gone past. I do know him as a reputable sort. He's often seen making generous donations towards the temple.
Okay.
Where can we find them?
Most commonly, he's found at the Slinking Serpent Tavern at Dockside. A few captains on the docks may also be willing or brave, but some may also be equally timid. I've not heard much. I'm not certain as to quite how many captains are aware of the problem at this point in time. But if you happen to seek out Captain Coppertree, she might be able to provide some assistance.
You said many different things, but we're not the only two. I mean, two is a lot, but
Yeah. It's only two. Two is more than we usually have to go on at these particular, circumstances.
Yeah, I'm not judging. It just seems like a big problem.
So
These
he
things
kind
solved
of
now.
he sort of leans back, he cracks his knuckles, and he says, "Now, on to matters of payment. I understand you. This sort of adventuring groups tend to expect payment of some sort. What can I do for you?"
Look at Kenji.
Me? Uh, well, I see you have this well-off house here with
Oh
some
no.
people
Man,
managing it.
he openly negotiations with like, you kind of rich, you know.
Give me a house.
No. What type of people do you have taking care of this place?
One second. Eh? Right. Well, see, we did have a bit of a problem in years gone by. Two problems to note. The first was that the Lord's Alliance needed a reasonably secure place to meet, and to some extent we needed trustworthy persons surrounding us. The second was just after Lord Neverember took over, there was somewhat of a rampant poverty problem. To that end, the Lord's Alliance saw it fit to kill two phoenixes with one stone, as it were. We hired a number of homeless individuals, and they are now our trusted house staff. The second floor is servants' quarters. They are paid and receive meals out of the house's upkeep fees. Place to sleep. Protection from the Lord's Alliance from any who would hope to potentially exploit them. We've asked no questions of their past. We simply ask that they maintain a certain level of trust and secrecy. They're tested via magical means at least once yearly. Any who fail are expelled from the household. You can roll an insight check if you're not necessarily certain about that.
No, I'm good with it. You have no reason to lie to me.
The gist of it that you'll get from them is that at the end of the day, yes, the Silda and the Lord's Alliance in general is very rigid, very by the books, very specific in like what their ideal of proper is, But at the same time, they are committed to, when they say law and order, is not just like hierarchy necessarily. They are committed to trying to make a difference and a change. It's just, that might not necessarily line up with everybody's idea of what a nice place to live is, right? He frequently shits on like Luskan and Waterdeep because they're like, seeds, wretched, hive of scum and villainy. But some people like those places because they many taverns and full of debauchery and whatnot. That's not Silda's jam.
Yeah.
Debauchery!
But yeah, no, he is as far as you can tell, he's been very, very genuine. Yeah, pretty much as it. Have any right? Payment. He was saying, right? Yeah.
Could you give us a moment to converse, Silla?
Indeed. I will say this though. I have some information that may be of benefit to you.
Is this information contingent upon us finishing this task for you?
Not necessarily, but I'd be happy to pay it forward, as it were. I'll give you the information now, and you'll find that as payment, it also ties quite nicely into your current tasks.
Are you willing to say no? Or do we need to do something for you?
No, that's what I just asked.
Yeah. No, but I want to know like what he could tell us no, basically.
He'll tell you no if you want, but he also wants to know if you're willing to take that as partial payment for what you have coming up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's discuss it then.
Yeah.
Because we discussed amongst ourselves. So I don't know. Kenshi is the person who has the least investment into finding out about Moloch, because all he knows is that we just tell him like, oh, Moloch guys they're bad guys.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly. We never even meet Moloch.
I just say for the vibes.
Maybe Broadfig could speak up about
apparently.
Yeah. Broadfig has the most grudge since he was actually kidnapped. We just fell into a random hole.
And find him there.
Yeah.
Luckily, you fell into that right hole.
for once. So, like the rest of us have like a motive for vengeance, you know. Can she along with us for the ride? But
No,
can
Kenshi
she?
trying to get into high standing, what you mean? Kenshi trying to amass as much wealth and recognition as possible.
Well, yeah, there's the next thing.
Challenge the
I would say,
9 pairs.
right? So can she has a vested interest into getting money, as it were,
Money and status.
right? So, well, I think Adrian and I both have motives to figure out our, well, you know, something about our lives.
Yeah.
Flair, what about you? This is kind of like a yeah,
I align together with Tilda to cleanse the land of evil.
right the wrongs, as it were. You know, like fix up the place.
Yeah, I just don't mind being in the pocket of a man who going to take over a big piece of a country. Be like, yeah, that's our way to get up to the top. Like, I got do that.
Right. So Silver's gratitude is something that is, well the Lord's Alliance's gratitude is a powerful motivator for us, not necessarily just the payment. What about well, obviously we have expenses that we'll need to take care of. You know, we need to be able to put out towards getting supplies. We might need to pay people for things. If this lighthouse is it's kind of like it out in the ocean, always, or
Sky one.
up or down the coast, right? So we're gonna need to like charter a ship at some point in time, and people might be quite reluctant to do that. So perhaps some money will come into play there. Though I think those things are operational expenses. So we also require room and board, so food and whatnot. So
Yeah.
let's ask for that. In fact, let's ask to be treated as kind of like employees for now, and operational expenses to be relayed to him, and we could figure this out. I think
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
that's fair.
Operational expenses is probably the minimum we should ask for. Just like at the least. That's
Yeah.
what we need to even get anything
Until
done.
we understand more of what the problem itself is.
Yeah. This is a very valuable problem for Neverwinter. This is about the ports, the very heart of what Neverwinter is about,
Right.
according to his own words. So this is a valuable problem. So not saying we have to like echo anything, but a
Yeah,
small cost is probably bad for us.
Yeah, so
This
just
is
take
like
the operation costs, and then as
And,
the
yeah,
investigation continue and we know what we're getting into.
Yeah, because it might be a problem that might be quite difficult to handle, or something more easily resolved. You know, we charge based on what we find out. So we could do it in stages then. I think, like, figure out what's happening, and then report to him, and you know he could decide how to proceed.
That sounds fair. Yeah. I mean, he can't say no to just provide an
I
operation.
hold no objections to that.
Very nice, very nice.
That sounds good to me.
Now relay it,
Anything
kek.
Okay, sure. I tune away from the group. I basically look back to Shoulder. Just like
Yeah.
look him square in the eyes. And just say, okay, well, we have conferred. We have came to the conclusion that indeed this is a difficult problem to price from the upfront. So at the very least, we would like to ask of you just to cover the operational cost of such an endeavor, which would include room and board, food, and any expected expenses that we may need. For example, my friend Dalric here said we may need to get a ship. I don't know how much that's going to cost, but we will need funds to purchase it if that arises. So basically what we are saying is what you think is fair for operational costs, we would gladly accept. Upfront.
Indeed. Very well.
This
We'll
also
make some
excludes
arrangements.
the information that you have for us.
Of course, of course. Of course, our endeavors against Moloch, in that we are joined. To that end, I'll have you know, Moloch's cult in general is one that seems to ebb and flow with time itself. Our latest resources, however, do suggest a resurgence of sorts of the cult of Moloch. Far
Okay.
off the coast of Port Lass, there's a small island called Iron Helm Isle. Last we knew, or sources or spy masters indicated that there may be some brewing of interest. To be fair, our spy masters do return brewing of interest in many cults as a regular basis. For example, we'd heard word of the cult of the dragon resurging, off in Thunder Tree. Between you and us, however, we both know how that turned out. This may be something similar. You may want to investigate. And I do suspect that our ports being up and functional might very well help you move forward.
Mm-hmm. Lots of
With
aligned
that bit of
interests.
information out of the way, let's talk about operational cost. He sort of straightens his bed, he kind of gets very serious, very businesslike, you know. You get the impression that he's sort of prepared himself for this to some extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the morrow, I shall provide you with a writ of signature, WRIT writ, with the stamp of the Lord's Alliance upon it. With this, many, if not all, merchants in Neverwinter should accept it and build the coffers of the Lord's Alliance directly. This will save you having to walk around with cash, lest some cut purse decide to get the better of you, and also prevent us from having any miscommunications regarding operating costs. Yes.
Um, is there? So are you saying this is just kind of like a blank check? I mean, of course we're not going to run it to hell, but if we show this to any merchant, you're telling me that they will just tally it up, and we don't need to
They
actually
will
pay
send
anything.
the
It just
bill
comes
back
as credit.
to the Alliance.
Yeah, is it just like a form of credit?
Within reason, of course. There's certain limits to what the writ can purchase,
Mm-hmm.
but anything up to 500 gold pieces as a single purchase can be done.
Okay.
Presenting this writ also gives you some of the signet properties of the Lord's Alliance. I will affix my own personal stamp at the bottom. The least I can do for what you've done for Gundren and his family. Consider that my personal charity towards you. With that writ and that signature, I do indeed hope that one of the more upstanding members of our docks should provide travel to you, should they be willing to sail the seas at all.
Sounds really good. I looked at the team. That sounds very
I
very.
whisper
So
to
quite
Broadfig,
beneficial.
let's use the writ to
Very
go
nice.
to some strip clubs.
Of course, oh yeah, right, yeah, but that's that, right? And of course, our uppermost floor of suite of rooms is available to you and your party to rest. You may avail yourselves of the facilities here, food and drink. However, I would advise and I would request that you begin your search on the morrow, as it were, with as much haste as you can muster.
Not a problem.
Yeah, Gek has one more question.
Yes.
He looks at me. He's like, okay. So this writ. Is there a chance a merchant simply might just not respect it?
Nonsense. I see no upstanding merchant who might elect to reject the words of the Lord's Alliance.
Okay. Yeah, it looks a little bit more confident now.
What's the time up there right now?
It
Like 6
is
in the evening.
like 6:30 p.m. Yeah.
Oh,
Very well then. Shall we have dinner?
Yes.
Let us eat.
That's it.
Okay. I would like Kenshi and Broadfig to roll 2d100s for me. Let's see what you'll have it for dinner.
Okay.
Um,
Itadakimasu.
Right down the middle.
we just say eating out your ass.
Eat it with your ass.
Yes.
Is that a delicacy in Neverwinter?
Right. Right, so there are two dishes brought to the table. The first one, based on Broadfig's rule, is crocodile steak.
God damn.
Interesting.
And the second one, based off of Kenshi's rule, is I look at it. Roasted. Oh my god, you're not going to
Roasted
this
rat.
roasted.
Roasted bollywog legs.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
very
guy.
nice.
A bullywug is like a frog, a big
Hmm.
frog, a big frog that is all a spear kind of thing.
Oh, uh-huh.
As well as
Seen
the
the
typical
images.
accompaniment of there's a large cask of dark, very flavorful ale. There's water for those who wish it. There are a few fresh fruit juices that were still in season available. Bread rolls and steaming platters of rice and perhaps a legume of some sort to accompany these meals. It's a fairly filling feast. Um, one large dining table, as I said, so everybody kind of fits on one table. The entire party fits. So does Silda and Gundren. Two of Silda's, two of the paladins that Flay saw at the temple earlier come by for dinner. And then the staff generally. So after everybody is seated and the table is laid out and whatnot, the chef, the scullery maid, and a few other random housekeepers come by and sit on the other end of the table and eat. So everyone kind of eats together, right? Is there anything else you all would like to do before we kind of call it a night, or
At dinner with one of the homeless people that they're eating with us.
homeless people? They're not homeless for
Mm.
years now.
Well, they're not homeless, right? So one of those people who don't know.
Those
I just
people.
want to fully stare at him straight in the face while eating and not look away for 2 minutes straight.
Sure. You doing anything in particular with this, or
Intimidation check.
No,
yeah, basically that's what I think. I'll
no.
have him roll a charisma saving throw. Wow, okay. He is completely unintimidated and he looks back at you. Perhaps even a little suggestively.
Oh my.
I've
Nice
eaten
insight
the.
yourself.
I've eaten the.
You roll a
What?
natural 20.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Which,
yeah, go ahead.
Oh god.
Was he
Are you
seduced?
intimidated?
And she blushes.
Yeah, yeah. I blush and look back now. My food covering my eyes and eating no dress. And that's it.
You
I
feel a
just
hand on your shoulder.
no. This man across the table, like 4 seats to the left. I mean, like that far.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a long day. I've been profiled. I'd say it's time to dig in.
Broadfig
Yeah,
was recently profiled.
it's a sumptuous meal. Everybody eats. Everybody is healthy, reasonably pleased. Dinner is nice, but a touch formal. Everybody kind of eats and keeps to themselves. If you ask them to pass something, they'll pass it for you. There's no ill will here. It's just you get the sense that this is how people would eat in a monastery, probably. Except for Gundren, who is not shutting up. The more ale that goes on, the more he talks. Pretty much about everything. It
Is it?
starts off very like jolly, and then it gets very maudlin towards the end, and he sort of reminisces on his brother. At some point, he gets very sad. Silda excuses himself. They kind of go off. He kind of takes him. I don't want to say takes him away, but he kind of just like takes him out, I guess. Yeah.
It's
The
not very good.
paladins of the temple bid you their farewell. They head back.
Mm.
And the kitchen staff start to clear up, basically trying to signal you that get.
No.
Go sleep.
Anyway.
Yeah, we leave. We leave.
As you go up to the floor, there's a few suites of rooms. So there's like a corridor, 2 doors on one side, 1 door on the next side. Enough beds for the entire party. Clean linens, crisp white sheets. A few lockers and trunks at the foot of the bed. Over dinner, Silda told you that there are a number of cut purses in the city itself. Some of them are quite skilled. Generally speaking, they don't tend to come down to the Protector's Enclave, but at the same time, you're going to the Docks District. He advises that you don't walk with too much gold on you, but that this is a safe place to leave gold should you want to.
Okay.
You don't have to take his advice, he's just telling you that.
I mean, he's not gonna steal from us. He already rich.
That's how the
I
riches
could
get richer. But no, I trust him, man, and should heed his
Yeah, I mean,
cautions.
So
Yeah.
how much money you want to move with tomorrow?
Don't we still never clarified
We
that.
never fully tallied up, didn't we? Yeah.
Well,
no,
did we deduct the stuff from what we buy last session?
we still are net positive because we did well. We didn't make up that list in between. We were supposed to make it up after the session, but we ended up talking
We should
about.
still be at a positive
things.
either way.
No, no,
Tough.
we are very much at a positive. Like, unless people wanted to buy something like egregiously expensive, which are like 90 remaining from literally me just selling crap.
We had went through all the shops with that.
All the obvious
Yeah.
ones that we
You went through all the major ones in the area that you were in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Apart,
don't think we need to carry a whole set of gold. And think that we might have to buy,
I have
for the
had
most
20
part,
gold on
you use
myself
the route.
for the entirety of this campaign. So yeah, and 1 silver.
Big.
And I ain't carrying any money on me. That too heavy.
I'll keep my 20 gold.
Was it seen?
Hello.
We now fight
No fights yet.
without. Yeah.
Yeah, big fight, big punch up.
Damn.
No, indeed.
Are they being serious?
No.
No,
Okay.
wait, did I sell this chain shirt? I can't
No.
remember.
No. I don't think it's the change.
I think they wanted to put a shit fit, right?
one of the
So
taverns and we told them.
and
I
put
see
it
the words
to
roasted bollywog legs, and I was like, damn.
he missing out on the bollywog legs.
We beat up a
Yeah.
volleyball and eat it.
Okay.
But yeah, so let me say we carry like what, 50 gold to it all, if even that much.
Okay, well, I have 20 on me, so somebody else could
Well, we
Right.
collected 109 yesterday. I don't know who holding that right now. It's probably me or you, since it's me and you who do this
Who
job.
went? Yeah.
Yeah.
But we could leave that all behind.
Yeah,
Whichever
let
is
me
the
say
total
I
from
leave the
yesterday.
gold in the trunk underneath my bed. I'll leave the 109 gold.
Right. And the rest of the party goal we just leave as well. I think. And we could just take out from it.
Yeah, and
For, like
if we need to spend gold, maybe some push and just run back. I don't know.
I don't know, she could carry some on him, I think. Or maybe Flair.
No, we're not buying anything big in.
Who
Yeah.
ran Rob Flay?
Do I hear any animals outside the building?
Not right now.
Damn.
If
So
you do,
here-
you come with me.
here's my idea, right? Mount like a saddle on a medium sized or smaller creature, right? Or some satchel of some sort. We stash all this stuff on that and then put that animal into Gek's domain, and anytime we need
Why,
stuff,
why you putting it in an animal though? Why don't you just put it in Get domain then?
because
Yeah.
All the materials for the domain.
I don't think he could just go into the domain just so without.
So what the animal's supposed to do?
The
They'll
animal
just
it's just gonna die inside the
Stand
domain.
on the eat up there.
no. That whole domain is in stasis.
But you feel it's a Pokeball.
I
That's
need to
so.
get the materials. I need to get the materials.
500 gold, I choose you.
I thought all they need is rope.
No. I need powdered corn extract
So fucking
Where you
cornflower.
getting
and
Right.
a twisted loop of parchment.
More importantly, what you need to remember is that anything you put, I kind of wanted to let it happen so that it will be funny to talk about when it actually happens.
Now
But
I
I
don't
don't
say
want to
no,
dwell
no
on that.
spoil.
Okay, sure.
If
We'll see
Gek
what
didn't
goes
read
when.
about it, then that's on him.
No problem.
Luckily, I've been carrying around 10 pitons this entire time. Oh, damn. We could have used this to climb up places.
Alright.
Yeah, instead of me falling off a rope and
Yeah.
losing health.
Yeah, can't you fall off a fucking rope?
But it was me and you together, so I guess
Yeah.
if we
We
knew,
didn't see.
we'd have distributed.
I have
Yeah,
one on me, you know.
just one.
Yeah. But
Well, I get us some the starting equipment, you know, Brett.
I wanna take a little walk before we sleep in for the night. Do you have any any entertainment out in the streets?
When you step out into the streets of the Protectors Enclave, it's pretty quiet. There are a number of what look like sorcerer's globes over the streets, so you can kind of see where you're going. It's still pretty dark though. A few people sort of walk by as you walk around. In the far, far distance off near the Hall of Justice, you could hear what sounds like maybe some religious chanting. The docks sound loud and busy, but not particularly fun. So from where you're standing right now, you can't really see any obvious entertainment.
On a run a lap around the enclave?
You taking the whole
No,
night
no,
around
not
this
the whole
around
thing.
the
Just
enclave?
this. Just this.
That's not the enclave. That's just our space.
In the wood.
All right, yeah, sure.
And
Then
You make
literally the block.
you make a block around, that space over there, right? It takes you about an hour. You see a
Right.
lot of what I described before.
Alright. Build. Right, that increased my strength there, right?
It's more like it increases your exhaustion.
I burn
Dis-
out the
Disadvantage on the
bullywog
first three.
legs.
Disadvantage on the first 3 rolls.
No.
No. It's
Exercise
just,
all the
yeah,
food. Burn all the food.
sure. Yeah, if you feel
Right.
just as
I back kinda exhausted enough, ready to sleep.
fall straight into bed. Yeah, right, cool. So everybody long rests, which I don't think it really matters because it's not like we really do anything from then to now. But everybody long rests. Bright and early the next morning, Sildar gives you the writ. You see him drop a blob of wax on it and press his own personal signet ring into it. Sends you off. Gundren gives everybody a pat on the back before they leave, but he is also tied up with Lord's Alliance business, so he can't be with you this time.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's basically it. So off to the docks with you if you'd like to, or I guess you could technically do other things within the city itself. Nothing stopping you from, with that.
Question.
Okay.
If I try to give him back a pat on his back, but I'm missing out the ticket in my hard tap.
Oh damn! If the man himself, not sad.
No,
Gundren
Gundren,
giving you
because
the
he's
pat because, yeah.
short. Gundren I'm
Oh,
talking about. But he's
I mean,
short.
you could try. You could try if you want.
Nah. I just was wanting a little picture it what I had pictured.
You can try. Intimidating.
No.
Try.
No, man heartbroken.
You better
Long.
spirits this morning. But yeah, right. Okay, you all want to head to the docks or somewhere else?
They say we should do this quick, so yeah,
Uh-huh.
we head over there. One for Benji Frogwater.
Which side are the docks we on?
Masquerade.
Like the same side or
The,
we
the
going
nine
across
side,
this?
yeah.
Okay.
The nine side, yeah.
Nine side.
The nine side, yeah. Not the eight side. Or the seven side.
Head over to District 9.
Yeah. Yeah, District 9, shall we call it that, right? Right, so yeah, you arrive on the docks. Pretty much anyone who has ever read or heard about a docks before, this is your most stereotypical dock experience ever. Before you even arrive on the dock, you could hear the barrage of sound. There is the
like the wharf in San Fernando.
yeah, it's exactly like the Wolf in San Fernando. Before you even hear the barrage of sound, the first thing that hits you is the obvious smell of the sea, immediately buffeted by the obvious smell of fish guts and all sorts of, rotting produce and cordage, and there's the creak of ships overlain with the general
It
yelling of
even had a
everybody.
creek. It's really the wharf.
Yeah, if you listen very carefully, you hear the creak of ships, but that's probably the quietest thing because it's overlain with many sailors yelling, with as many dolphin sounds as you could hear instead of swear words. Just picture sailor. Yeah, what was the episode of SpongeBob? Is it Sailor?
Sailor Mountain.
You feel
Sailor Moon,
about
right?
with the
Right.
dolphins.
Yeah, so it's basically just that, right? Endless noise. As you walk by, a number of children running past in all variety of threadbare clothing, looking like they clearly shouldn't be on the docks where everybody's swearing. Uh, Gek slips on a persimmon that was left to rot on the dock boards. Derek almost puts his foot through a rotten board because the docks, despite being massive, have probably seen slightly better days, right? Noise all around you, seagulls making a racket.
Mine.
Precisely. Where would you like to? Where would you like to go? What would you like to do on the docks?
Benji Frogwater. Shit. Do we
Look for the
see...
merchant.
Yeah, the merchant said it was hanging around something called the Slinking Serpent Tavern. Do we see that anywhere nearby?
Yeah, you could make out what looks like a very crudely drawn snake wiggling. You suspect that might most likely be the Slinking Serpent, Slinking Serpent Tavern, right?
If I make a tongue
These
twister for himself.
alliterations not helping this man case.
You
We up here, right?
thank God I
No,
don't
no,
have to say
no.
it in.
Yeah,
When
I
it,
Thank
saw
God
him
I,
coming in.
when it's really nice talks.
yeah. Thank God we don't have to. Actually, 8 is the nice docks.
Oh, I thought you said it was the other way around since the
No.
rich people was going to.
No, the
Uh,
rich people let's go to the Moonstone Mask, but the bridge for that kind of goes from this building over here, but the docks itself not quite so nice. You're not seeing any rich people going up there though, right at the moment. Actually, the across the docks you can see on the far side the Beach Leviathan, which is a large ship that is also a restaurant.
oh,
So I guess when you come back, you have to sample their cuisine. Yeah. So when you make it out here, right? Yeah, good. The Slinking Serpent Tavern. I'm gonna have to say it in Sildar voice
The
again.
tavern.
The Tavern. The
Yes.
SS. Oh no.
SS Tavern.
oh
Yeah,
no.
it's the Slinking
It's-
Serpent. Until I say it correctly, that's too bad. That's what it
It's a
is.
Slim Shady Tavern.
God.
A suffering succotash tavern.
Oh god. Alright, Yosemite Sam.
Basically, as you approach the tavern, I don't mean to keep drawing on SpongeBob, but picture the
The bouncer
Salted spittoon.
bouncer outside the salty spittoon, right?
God.
That is the SS right there.
Oh no!
Spittoon.
Kind of like a how tough area. Right? He looks at the party. It's pretty. I mean, if you think about it, we have one not quite owling. We have Kenshi, who is dressed in leathers. We have Derek, who is in proper chainmail, I think, it like a
Yeah,
proper
we,
chainmail.
yeah, we
Yeah,
armored up now, you know.
player who armored up. But everybody
don't,
looking kind of clean, right?
don't forget Derek.
Well, Derek, yeah, Derek, kind of, very
But he
chow
buff.
Derek,
A
mountain.
big buff, you know, half
Big
orc.
buff, kind of, yeah, half naked, half walk kind of thing, right? Oh no,
Never
he says
shirt
like,
on, but you don't hide much.
yeah, pretty much. It have a deep V. So yeah, the bouncer kind of looks at the entire party, looks to the left, looks to the right. Um, he just kind of crosses his arm and stares at you. He's standing in front of the doorway.
I cross my arms and stare at him.
Who have the writ?
I, I, I don't know if that Rit gonna help us here, you know.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I think
watch,
I'll let
watch,
us
watch, watch,
enter.
watch, watch.
Yeah, he
I
looks
have the writ.
back at Dalric with everybody kind of lined up, I guess, around Dalric, and he kind of scoffs a little bit. This man is, as I say, the picture like a man version of that bouncer, right? So he is as tall as Durak is, about equally as buff. He has tattoos on both arms, bald head, a scar on his face, broken nose, obviously, from many bar fights, as what looks like a freshly split lip. He's wearing a wife beater, shorts, and some kind of leather footwear. Yeah. He look like he's ready to fight at any given moment. And he sort of looks at the party, and Jenny's like, "You ladies sure you're in the right place?"
Oh, if there's a lady like you here, then we damn well are.
He looks at you for like a solid while, like if he's processing and trying to think of what to say, right? Like
He's
it's
confused.
obvious like gears tuning in the brain, right?
The rusty we hear and like clanking
Yeah.
noises. Like something wrong with the
Eventually,
camshafts.
eventually, he looks at you like, "Listen here, short stack.
Short!
I don't get paid to get mouthed off by types like you.
You get paid?
What do you want? What do you want?"
We want in. Are you gonna stand there all day and block the way, or are you gonna let us through?
And how do I know a bunch of you prissy looking people aren't gonna report us?
Oh, you have something to report, I see.
So you are gonna report us.
We never said that. You said that. Are you gonna report yourself?
He looks confused.
Gek steps up and he's like, no, there's no reporting going on here. We are simply looking for someone. Benji Frogwater. You may have heard ship, the Jade Lion. We just want to know where this person is. We heard he frequents this place. He's must be great. Must be great.
You're trying to persuade him, or you're just saying that?
At first, I'm just saying it.
Okay. Oh yeah? And what do you want with him?
Let's just say he has some information that would be valuable for us.
We have a business proposition with him.
We're friends, business acquaintances of his, and we've been asked to come here.
Roll an insight.
Who? Him?
Any particular person?
Anybody who just spoke.
Tarek knows
I'll try
nothing.
it.
Oh no.
Tarek is
Ah.
pretty certain that the man just being obtuse. Gekek is reasonably certain that the man just being obtuse. Kenshi, you realize that he's a bouncer for the bar, and the way that you phrase it, it looked like you're going to walk in and rough up the man for information in inverted commas, right? Like a kind of mob style thing, basically. And he don't really want to let you all into like start a fight.
Right. That's why I was saying we just have a business proposition for the man.
Yeah,
That's all.
but
That sounds like
that sounds even worse.
like we're gonna cut him off. You're gonna take him to our back room, stab him, got him. You know, that's the kind of thing you're just saying, like a bad action movie. Like, you know, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Nothing personal. It's just business.
Listen, fellas. I get you look like you're all on the up and up, but I can't have anyone starting another fight here in the Slinking Serpent. Now you can promise me that everything is going to be above board, or you can give me 20 gold pieces now to hold, and I'll give it back to you when you leave, assuming no damages.
I think it's time we actually show this man the writ from the Lord's Alliance to
Nah,
prove
nah.
we.
We don't need to let them know who we with.
Okay. Yeah, we can just prove it. All right,
Uh,
sure. Do
so
you want me to hand this man the 20 gold?
so if all you know the scene from what is the name of this the Spider-Man animated one, the first one, where he put your hand on Gwen and he go like, hey, right?
Hey,
I doing that to the
I didn't watch
bouncer.
I didn't watch that, but okay.
I didn't watch
You,
that
you
either,
see
but
that on meme? You see that on meme? Over.
I don't think so.
No,
What?
I never see anything related
And
to
on Gwen Hay.
Send it to me.
that.
Yeah, okay, I see a picture. This look hella awkward though. But go on. Go on.
Yes, I'll put it in D&D. Right, that right?
Yeah, right. Nice.
Right. So let's go and do that and say,
Uh-huh.
promise we won't start any fights, and I want to
Man, giving him the trust
a
me.
persuasion roll.
Yeah, raise
The,
him up.
the trust me, bro guarantee.
Attempt to raise him up, certainly.
A.
Risen.
Right. He is pretty sure, but he still wants 10 gold as a cover. But he's cut his price in half, basically.
I'll figure it back again.
Yeah, sure, we could pay him the 10 gold cover fee. I grudgingly
Is that
reach into
deposit?
my pockets here, and I provide 10 gold pieces. I count them out. I
He
give
takes
him.
out very well worn, but surprisingly, like it looks like it's worn but pretty solid. Small bag of like, a small pouch. Throws your 10 gold inside, ties it, and ties it to his belt. And as you look, you see that he has about 4 or 5 of these pouches on his belt.
Hmm.
Yours is on the far right of his waist. And he kind of steps aside and lets you in.
Thank him for his kindness.
much obliged, good sir.
Right. Yeah, so you enter the we waiting for Chen to come back, or we just go in?
Uh, I could bounce out too for
Yeah, I'll
like,
use the bathroom. I'll use the bathroom.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
Exit
gonna take
stage
5 minutes.
left.
cool.
I'll be back in a minute.
I'll
Speed.
see how quick.
Pop.
Only often.
All good.
Yeah.
Back.
Wait. Man said he was going for like 5 minutes and he was going for less than one.
No, I said I was going for one.
It's true, it's true.
Winter, right? Just from a notes here. Lord's Alliance. He says he doesn't like, well, Sildon particularly. So he doesn't like Luskan.
Yeah,
Luskan.
Luskan.
Okay.
LUS.
Ah, got it. And Waterdeep. Is Waterdeep something you said also?
I did. He doesn't like that, yeah.
Okay. Just trying to get a spelling right. Watch him.
Back. Yeah, we're waiting for Jared to come back. I'm sure you're going to put his plate on with his hands as well.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good.
Right, I have a question about the map.
Yes.
You see how like it have this part over here to like the southwest?
Yes.
Isn't it possible to just like get into the city by just going over
Like walking
here?
around the docks district.
Yeah. Walking around the docks.
In theory, yes, but I mean, practically speaking, it's also possible to get into the city by just like arriving on a ship and walking in.
True.
Yeah. The roads are, the
Also
roads are
have those
present as
broken walls.
Yeah, there's this whole broken down section on the side here.
Right.
The roads are kind of like a little safeguard to some extent. You know, you enter under a certain name, under a certain you're under your name, and allegedly you're coming in for a certain reason, right? So like if something happens to you in the city, there's a record of you, where you've passed, where you've been, who you were coming to see. So like the guard knows how to find people.
Yeah.
If you want to try and sneak in through the docks, that's fine. But if you get shanked in an alleyway, like nobody could do anything for you really.
I see.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Yeah, I know what I mean. A paved road is easier for things like, if you think about the scale of this, right? I can't scale on flare token enough to fit, right?
Yeah.
But if you think about the scale of this, did I have the picture of that one? I don't. This road is like, I don't know, maybe 5% wide from the tail. Like it's a big road, right? So like caravans and wagons and whatnot could pass on it rather than them traversing that coastline. Yeah.
Zooming out from the map, I seeing like the literal color gradient from like the rich areas in like the northwest to like the poor areas in the southeast.
Yep.
Red to gray. That's pretty cool.
I really like this map quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of these names have me very interested, and I feel I might not be allowed to enter most of them.
Never Death Graveyard.
I've
I
returned.
think I might end up there if I go back in the library.
Oh no.
So,
Welcome back. Right.
so here's right.
Yeah.
The ice cream my mom found out she made space in the freezer, right?
Yeah.
And he put it in.
Yeah.
What I just opened it up. So I was like, I'll just take some. The spoon's still inside.
Nice.
But it's solidified.
Wow.
Oh
Nice.
boy.
So it's just like the upper edge of the spoon poking out.
Oh, the whole spoon went down in
The
it.
whole thing.
Oh
Ice
yeah,
cream.
yeah.
It's a fossilized.
Oh, that is that you had to excavate that. No, over time.
I
I saw this spoon. I saw it. I thought somebody took it out.
it just stayed inside. That was it.
Rip. We kind of fuck up in a rush, to be fair. So.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah. So you walk
well.
into the Slinking Serpents CD Tavern, right?
Oh no.
Um, Well, yeah, you kind of step in. It's a low ceiling of air. You hit with a puff of some kind of smoke. It's shockingly busy for the middle of the morning, right? But then again, it's sailors, so some of them would have arrived this morning. There is, again, 1,000 sounds and smells hit you at once. You smell food, ale, vomit, the smell of just strange decomposing things, the odd smoke that somebody's blowing in your face, sweat from all the bodies. There's noise from 1,000 conversations. For some reason, there's a fire burning in the corner, even though it is rather warm and unpleasant inside here as it stands. Right? There are a number of crowded tables. They're sort of standing tables. There's not really much place to sit. There's a rough bench on one side near the fireside. Few people on that. One fella sleeping on the bench, closer to the fire itself. The floor is straw. And if you look closely, you swear you could see some movement within the straw itself, some kind of mice or cockroach or something, right?
Oh, food.
At the bar itself is a number of people, but one of the people is dressed a little nicer than the rest of them, and you suspect that that might be Benji that you're looking for.
Well, yeah, it points them out. It's like, hey, look at that guy over there. I think we should somehow start a conversation with him.
Is there
Seems the
anyone
most right.
interesting looking in the tavern besides?
Yeah.
In the tavern besides, there's, well, I mean, general, I don't know, there's sailor looking individuals,
Mhm.
a few people with hats that's suggestive of captains, perhaps, seem to be playing dice over a barrel. One is a half orc, one is a human, and the other is a half elf.
Hmm.
So
Do any
that,
of them seem like they might be of the name Copper Tree?
Do we get a
maybe,
description for this Captain Copper Tree, by the way? From
maybe you did
from
not get a
Silver?
description, you just know it's Captain Coppertree.
Oh damn! All right.
One human, one half elf, one half orc.
I say for you all to go deal with the weird looking guy on that side. I want to try a hand at this gambling ring here. I may have some tricks up my sleeve. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
It's like a hand shit.
Oh lord.
All right.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah. Right. Who would like to go first?
Um, let's go see Benji. Well, who said who might be Benji?
All right. Sure. Yeah. We walk up to Benji. Well, potentially Benji.
I'd like to keep an eye on what's going on with Kenshi as he
Okay. So
goes
you're
off to
not
one
doing
side.
you wouldn't really be doing most of the talking. You just kind of standing in the
Yeah, I
background
kind of
looking
standing in the
looking
background.
important.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are there any seats next to this interesting fellow?
Yeah, surprisingly, everybody else is sort of, talking to somebody or rabble rousing, playing a game, what it might be. He is sitting at the bar. He has a plate in front of him with some scraps, basically. He has a tankard and he's kind of sitting by himself. There are two chairs on either side of him.
Is he right-handed or left-handed?
He is right-handed. Well,
Okay.
you suspect he's right-handed because he's holding his tankard with his right hand.
Okay. I sit on his right side.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
He turns a little bit, looks at you, he nods his head, and he kind of looks back at his plate. He kind of just, staying in his own lane, so to speak.
Okay. Is there anyone at the bar front?
Yeah, yeah. There's a bartender, gruff-looking fellow, um, medium build, human.
Okay. So how I'll initiate this is I'll kind of be like, I will look at the bar front and be like, I'll have what he's having. I'll just take it, whatever it is.
Sure. Give me
Whatever it
one
is.
D100 again. Let me see what you get. 82. Let me consult my my Tavern food table. 82. You get. He brings a small, like when you order coffee, you get like a little pitcher of milk.
Yeah.
Right. He just brings a little pitcher of what looks like some kind of sauce and puts it down in front of you. He brings a tankard of ale, puts it in front of you, he turns around and walks away. This sauce is yeah. Give me an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence. Let's see what mine is there. Oh, okay. It's just flat.
Was it? 3.
Uh-huh.
You should still look at sauce.
um.
The captain who you sat next to turns, looks at the sauce and the ale kind of questionably, looks at you and sort of, well, I guess he kind of just says, I'm not sure you'll be liking to have what I've been having these last few days, lad.
Well, I'm willing to try. I'm new here, and I don't even know what's on the menu. I can't even see it. So
He can't even read.
Like,
I new here, is it? Very well
yes.
then. And what's your name, son?
My name is Gek. That's the name I have.
I see.
How about you, sir?
Captain not Captain, he's Midget. Benji Frogwater at your service, although not for long at the rate things are going.
I don't put off that like he is the person I'm looking for. I'm just kind of take his name in stride. I'm like, okay, hello, nice to meet you, Benji. Let me try this, and I don't like ask him for any advice. I just kind of like take sips of both individually. Take a sip of the ale, and then drink the sauce.
Yeah, you taste the sauce. It tastes like grey.
It tastes like gray.
It tastes like grey.
What does that taste like?
You said like gray or like green?
Like grey. No, like grey.
agree.
I
It
blew
tastes
out
like-
exactly that. I'm like, this tastes like gray.
I'd certainly be hoping so, lad. It's a dead grey ooze after all.
That stun locks Gek for a second, and he's like, oh,
Certainly an
okay.
acquired taste, I must say you're quite bold, lad. What do you normally eat?
I usually eat raw meat, for I am a food folk and a cocker of sorts. But I'm willing to try anything that seems palatable. You seem like you've been scarfing down this stuff, so it must be good. So,
Me?
I
I've never touched the stuff, lad. Don't know what that bloody bartender was thinking. And you look at his plate, he has a tankard of what looks like you have a dark ale, he has like a pale ale, he has a plate of what obviously was like food with like some bone scraps on it, and you just have this pitcher of grey ooze.
Okay. I should the quality control here leaves something to be desired. But so then I just sparked the conversation. Well, this seems like a little interesting to find someone who's like as well dressed as you here. What brings you here exactly? Why are you here?
I must say, to be honest with you, lad, I'm mostly here to drown my sorrows, as it were.
Sorry to intrude, but Sorrow is seems like a very interesting place in the docks. I would have expected you as yourself to be in like the Protector's Enclave. Why are you here? Is it something to do with a ship, perhaps?
I see you've an eye for insight as you have for interesting dishes. Well, it's no secret that my ship, the Jade Lion, has gone missing. I've been rather waiting on an arrival, and some keen reports seem to suggest that it'll never be coming.
Reports from who exactly? That's terrible. But that seems very bizarre. Sorry for this line of inquisition. Seems...
Take your pick, and he kind of just gestures to the entire tavern. Everyone's seen something different. In fact, a lad outside told me he saw a great big water dragon eat my ship. Now tell me, have you ever heard such a line of rubbish?
No. I've seen crazy things, but
Regardless
no.
of such, one of my chests, with my sigil upon it, came floating into the docks this morning. Now that don't say something good. I known that pirates haunt the waters. I known that there be many a beast out there, but this has never happened before. I'm not certain what to do. I've invested all my cash into that ship.
Oh man. Gekek looks pretty distraught. Like trying to mirror the appropriate emotion here.
He
Also,
he seems pretty pleased by the fact. I don't know how to say it, but like he was looking pretty distraught. He sees you looking pretty distraught. He seems somewhat comforted by the fact that you seem to be commiserating to some
Yeah,
extent.
sharing in his sorrow.
Where's Flay in all this, by the way?
I overlooked Kenshi too, because I.
Wrong
Okay.
You kind
color.
of just you kind of just stand them by like a few feet behind.
Yeah, like next to like some post or something, he just kind of leaning against it gently.
Right.
Like
Derek on one
You
side, I
half
on the other
listen.
side.
You half listen to Benji, right? As
I,
one,
I
two,
closer to
three.
Benji, but like I've turned around to watch Kenshi, what's going on.
Where is Weezing Fig?
Roadfake sits down next to Gekek, looks at what he's eating, and tells the bartender, "I'll have I'll have something other than what he's having."
Take him out 1D100 again.
Let's
it's
see.
just random. Well, in the meantime, I'm not gonna like make this obvious, but I'll be
D&D
like
beyond his own. Let me roll
slightly
manual.
gesturing to Dalric and Flair that like, yeah, this is the guy, but not to make it too
No,
obvious.
I'm close enough to hear. But Flair would need to tell.
5.
Well, somehow it's
He
like
just nod his
Fine.
head and
I point my finger behind me at them and like I nod at Flair. Like, yeah, this is him.
Fine.
The bartender brings a large rack of ribs.
Bro.
You're not sure
True.
what meat it is. But it's certainly a large rack of ribs.
My
Right.
goodness.
So while you all chatting and Brodvig eating,
I give a rib
Kenshi,
to Gekek and Bench and say, "Fellas, I got myself into something I can't handle. Take some, please."
Sure. You can do that while you're alone.
Very
So
nice.
while Kenshi walks up to the kind of barrel table where everyone is playing. So there is the one half elf, the one human, and the one half orc, right? As you get closer, you are slightly surprised to see that the half elf who is at the barrel is not a man.
That's it then.
The other who look upset, she looks quite happy as she rakes a stack of coins. So she kind of looks over. She sees Kenshi kind of approaching the table, but kind of in the interim, like he wants to join, but he's not necessarily at the point yet. And she calls over to you, and she says, "Ah, a fellow sharp-haired friend. Well, come right over. You want to lose at a game of black tar dice?"
Oh,
She
you
also has
seem
pointy.
mighty fine cocky for someone without a cock.
What?
This is
That is
She laughs. She laughs extremely heartily, like full belly laugh, and she says, "I hope your dice rolling is as good as your insults." So ready to play black tar dice. You are rolling. The rules I explained to you pretty quickly. Either that or you know the rules already. But basically, is this right? Normally, this would work a lot better if we were rolling in in person. It would be a lot more
Mm-hmm.
fun. But we'll make it happen anyway, right? So you're gonna roll 46, right? Except you're not actually rolling all four from it. You're gonna roll 46 in person. What you do is you roll 46 and pull out one basically and show me what the first one was, right? And then you bet in successive turns, right? Of course, it's kind of hard to do 46 in person. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this like blackjack. So Roll 40. Roll 1d6 for me.
Uh-huh.
All three of them burst out with laughter. Right? This is Captain Coppertree, this is the human, and this is the half-orc. All three of them burst out laughing at you until the human raises his dice and he sees that he has rolled a 1 as well. Everybody stopped laughing, and then the other two point at him and start to laugh at him as well. Right? So basically, you're making successive bets, right, on how high you think the next three of your dice going to roll to make up a total. Right? As a
Any total
stand-in for
or?
me, well, no, you're basically betting to see who will get a higher total overall. It's a simple game. It's a
Oh, okay,
bar
okay.
dice game. It's not like any complicated. I'm gonna ask for Flair to roll for the human and Broadfig to roll for the half orc, and I'll roll for Captain Coppertree, just so that we have three people rolling dice at any given time, right?
Okay.
So first round of betting goes, and Kenshi, since you're the newcomer, you had to start the bet. How much you want to bet that you will roll the highest total?
Let's do. Wait, what would be the minimum bet?
Yeah, what was
Oh,
the buy-in for this
the,
table?
the buy-in, the ante is 50 silver.
Yeah, we can start off at that.
Okay. Yeah, everybody basically meets your 50 silver except for the half orc. He puts in a full gold piece. So you had to match that or
I'll match it.
right. So one gold piece in on the table. The silver kind of everybody take back the silver basically. So it's 4 gold piece up for grabs, right? Roll again. Keep a keep an eye on your total, right? So your total is what, 4 now?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Captain Coppertree total is also 4. Broadfig, give my roll for the which one I tell
Okay.
you you're rolling for?
No, well,
But
and
in the
who
ante,
back out? Who pull out?
Nobody can pull out.
No, they just
Ah.
remove the silver and put on
You
a
just remove
gold
the silver
instead.
and put the gold on the
Ah.
table, so it's just 4 gold as a stack here. Somebody rolling for the human and somebody rolling for the half orc.
I think I'm the human.
You're the human,
I
right?
am the
So
half orc.
Yeah.
alright, nice. So the human is now at a total of what, 6? No, I lie.
2.
Broad figures, sorry, 2. And the half orc is at a total of what, 9 now?
Yeah. The
Right.
half orc went last
I'll
turn,
go,
yeah.
I'll go keep thing, right? Okay. Yeah. Kenshi is up to you
What
to
is the
bet
total
again,
amount
because
of rolls?
4.
4.
Four. Okay. And you just raise bets in between or like what?
Yeah, you could raise bets in between. Or you could stay where you are. You could check. We
Yeah,
kind
up
of
to two
poker bet you.
pieces. 2 pieces now.
Yeah.
I'll put
2
them in
pieces
fair.
now. Yeah. Captain Coppertree puts in 2 pieces as well. So she to the half orc, who is up by a large margin, puts in a total, so his total is now 5 gold pieces.
Yeah, I in.
Right, okay, everybody puts in 5 gold pieces. There's 20 gold pieces on the table right now. Yeah,
Good
roll
lord.
again.
Mm-hmm. I use them.
You can lose it, buddy.
I'll
You
use
can use
some
your
sleight of
sideboard
hand.
attack if you want.
No, that is not a thing I can use it on.
Okay, alright. Using a sleight of hand to do what?
Or manipulate the dice right before it land.
Okay, yeah, you could go
So
ahead and do that, but you're rolling against the DC of them discovering that you're doing that, right?
sure.
I roll a perception for them.
To use his sideboard
You
stat
know,
back.
a cyber set knock for that or what?
Yeah. So and adding that to the what? So it's 12.
Okay, right. So
Huh.
the half orc captain pulls out a knife, stabs it into the table, right? Says something about I can't really feel enough to make up a voice for him, right? He says something about bloody knife ears, cheating at everything. Um, he swipes the gold from the top of the barrel, right? And says that basically you better, leave this table right now and don't think about coming back to play dice here unless you want to lose more than your gold.
Rick walks over to them. What's going on here?
Your friend here, in picture a half-orc token, right? Your friend here is trying to cheat some honorable folk. He says that with like heavy sarcasm, out of their hard-earned money. Roll a insight check there, Derek. This man is obviously a bandit and not no honorable folk, nothing. But at the same time, he is absolutely telling the truth that he catch
Well,
Kenshi
I
and
saw Kenshi do it, so you know.
yeah. Yeah. He's not no honorable folk, he's not no hard-earned money, but at the same time,
I stand up at the table and say, "What proof do you have? You just think that you're going to lose and you just want to cancel the game and take my money."
He stands up too and he puts his chest up to yours. Proof? I don't need proof. Firstly, you were losing. And secondly, I saw you. And so did my friend here, right? Gaspar. That's not a particularly easy name to call, but that's the man's name. So, yeah.
Gaspar.
Gaspar is tall. He stands up to you. He's tall, but he's hunched over. He has a scar across his nose. He kind of grinding his teeth right now.
Gasp.
Gasp. The half-orc who is standing chest to chest with you right now does not look like a stereotypical half-orc. He looks remarkably clean, I suppose. He has kind of slicked back hair. His nails are very clean, and he kind of has like a metal pick, and he seems to be like he was picking his fingers in between, kind of like making sure that it's as clean as possible. But right now, I mean, that's thrown to the side. He's just standing chest to chest with you.
What does
I
the half elf do? Is she just sitting there observing?
She sits and observes. She hasn't said anything yet, but she is not necessarily supporting them.
I stand up on the chair, still chest to chest with him, but higher up now, and say, "Look here, Bucko. If I wanted to cheat, you wouldn't have found out. So stop trying to fake accuse me,
And she said, "Oh,
or else I will call my own half orc to deal with you."
Turak just sitting down by the bar, you know, just
Avoid.
avoiding this shit going on here.
Come on, persuasion again. This time you're going for yeah, you're trying to persuade them, I guess.
There's not more for intimidation.
It's same charisma regardless.
I think he persuade them.
Could I use strength instead of charisma for my
Yeah,
intimidation?
you could use strength instead of charisma for your intimidation.
How the fuck do I do that?
Right. So he, in spite of the fact that you insult him technically, he doesn't get any more angry. He also kind of doesn't look like he's going to escalate anymore. He just tells you that he'll keep the gold, but he won't start a fight. And he kind of grabs the gold off the table and turns like if he's going to leave.
I grab his hand and say, "No, how about you leave me with my gold and we just end this game?"
Sorry, Ray. Sorry to do this, but is it that'll be my strength mod plus proficiency? Because I have proficiency in intimidation, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a strength mod plus that. Yeah.
Okay, I have +6 then.
Yeah. You want to try and intimidate him?
I say, all right. I put my hands between him and Kenshi, you know, like on both of their arms. Right? I raise my arms, and since this fucker standing on our table, and I say, "Listen, listen, listen. There's no need for trouble. We can all just sit back down, and everybody gets their goal back, and you can take this round from the top. How about that?"
The way I sees it, your friend here tried to cheat me, and I deserve some payment.
Payment,
Payment.
Genshi. How much gold did you spend?
5 gold, but here's what. Let him go with the gold. Leave him. It seems like he needs it. Right? And what I want to know,
Yeah.
as he's walking away,
Mhm.
I want to pickpocket him.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, sure. Again, you're rolling a sleight of hand against his perception. Yeah. You grab his coin purse off of the back of his belt as he is going. I need to make one more roll here. And his compatriot also does not notice.
Brilliant.
They kind of stalk off towards the bar to go and get something to drink. But they don't notice for now.
So now,
We gotta leave
right,
soon.
No.
But I mean, they're gonna have to pay for their drinks before they leave the bar.
right.
Alright, we are working on our time
So-
limit here.
So, well, yeah, no thief to stay in the spot of the crime, right? So, how much it have in the bag on average? Like, it have any gold pieces?
So there's the 20 gold total that they swiped off of the table.
Oh, they grab all, not as mine. Okay.
No, they
he
grabbed
just,
all.
he just
He
wiped
swiped
the whole thing
wipe
off
the
the
table.
Okay,
table.
okay.
So there's the 20 gold from the table, 5 of which was his from before, 5 of which is
Yeah.
Captain Copper. Sorry, my copper tree. And well, the rest that went there. Plus additional 10 gold pieces, 50 silver, which is the exact amount for the buy-in, and 137 copper.
Mongrel, write that down, write that down.
Write that
Oh, it's an
down.
ice cream. An ice cream.
That was an ice cream too.
Right. So, I take 5 gold out, give it back to the half-elf lady and say, enjoy your life. Pat her head, and start just walk straight out, one time.
No. That's Captain Carter.
I
Like
don't
what?
want to,
He don't care, he's just leaving.
he don't want to get the ass beat.
Yeah, but he will leave it there for them to come back and beat Derek.
No,
Yeah, 'cause they know
he
Dalric
wasn't
is
no part of
proceeding.
that. Yeah?
They don't
them
want
don't-
that. He see Derek with you.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Dalric ready for a fight. Even though we say we literally gonna lose 10 gold if we start a fight inside this place.
You might lose more than 10 gold, but yeah.
And
Right.
fuck.
Captain Coppertree looks at Kenshi going. Looks
Dalric is
at
still
Dalric.
Dalric is
at
standing there
Dalric, Dalric is standing,
with one hand in his
Okay,
head.
by the way,
Yeah.
when I hand in the
Ah.
gold, I'm not showing that I took it from the bag that I took from him, eh? I'm just saying, like, it's like, look, they now take your gold, look back some gold.
Yeah, but she saw you taking the gold from him.
Damn.
She see that? Oh, she see that?
She knew your passive perception was
Yeah.
high enough.
She see a pick in the pocket. Right. She just, don't really care.
Ah,
She
fell
see
fine.
she said,
I mean, the
Just
man
say,
just thief she money too, right? So like,
yeah.
yeah. It's fair. She got back she money. She don't give a
She
shit.
just kind of looks at Derek and she's like, friend of yours?
Somewhat, yes.
He's a strange one, isn't he?
Most of my friends are strange. Thank you.
Broadway walks over at that time and offers up some ribs.
I'm
a dwarf and a tiefling here, a stack of ribs. Just
I'm
reach.
good, thanks. I can't say I've seen you a lot in town before. Where are you from and what are you doing here?
To be frank with you, I have no idea. But recently we made our way here from far out in the boondocks, Fandolin town. We we're looking for some fine folk, some business acquaintances of ours. In fact,
I see, I see. Well, the Slithering Serpent will be the place to meet them. Unless they're more highfalutin folk, then you might have to get access to the Moonstone Mask, eh?
and, I've heard of that place. But very rich folk there, no?
Aye, too rich for my blood.
Ah, I'm told I'm looking for someone by the name of Captain Coppertree.
Well, you're looking for the right lass then. Have a seat. What business do you have with me?
Pleased to meet you. I've we've been told that there have been some disappearances recently. Some ships are disappearing and the like. What can you tell us about it?
Her face sort of darkens immediately, right? Like she obviously knows what you're talking about. So you're looking for the Jade Lion then?
I believe so.
Rick doesn't have the party notes to hand.
No, I'm saying that for her benefit.
I know. I just like it's funny to me that Derek has short-term and long-term memory loss.
No, oh my God, I don't want to be specific. You don't give away your whole hand. You don't fail at your sleight of hand when you manipulate any dice.
I like how he failed at that sleight of hand, but passed the other one, which was
Yeah, like he just steal all the gold. He
No, well,
just steal the money.
see, that makes sense, right? Because there are 4 people watching this one move versus the back turn when I
Like,
pickpocketing.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, true.
I
Makes
let him roll
sense.
with disadvantage because brother man was ruling. Yeah, you had the advantage on him basically. He wasn't expecting it. I actually thought, unrelated, but just saying, I thought you would have pickpocket the bouncer, to be honest with you.
Nah, he just living the best life, doing what he had to do.
This is a new job.
Right. Yeah.
Don't worry. Can she go pickpocket him if we don't get back with money?
Correct.
Yeah. What right, so you told Jay Ryan, right? Right, yes. She knows. Yes indeed. Tragic tale that. One of my good friends, Aaron Hest. Aaron Hest was captain of that ship. Last I saw him was leaving port, helping out old Froggy there, and she gesticulates at Benji at the bar. Quite a nice shipment too, eh? Furs and perfumes.
So we've been told, but we're really trying to find out why it sunk.
Aye, that's the problem on everyone's lips, eh? Right now, no one can give a straight story. Some dockworkers say water dragon, others said massive storm. Me, I'm not sure which I believe, but that chest, that's definitely Froggy's. There's no question about it. Something happened to that ship. I go investigate myself, but I've not a crew. Not for that journey, at least.
What sort of crew might you be needing? How many people?
Not many, eh? My ship, rather small. I have a few crew members who'd be willing to accompany us, but I can't say that we'd be prepared for trouble. And Lord knows there are enough pirates out there. She looks out at the ocean as she could see, looking like far outwards. But she does when she says pirates, she half looks annoyed and half looks kind of wistful, I suppose.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so she says, "I'd need a mercenary force, I suppose. Probably 6 people might be best. The Annabelle Lee is a small ship after all."
Lass, have I got a deal for you? It just so happens that our motives here are quite aligned, and I happen to know 6 adventurers, including myself, who would be more than willing to accompany you.
Is it so now? Well,
Indeed.
I'd say all we'd need is provisions for the trip, and we can be off by sunset. What say you, lad?
Agreed. And then I offer my hand to her to shake.
She shakes your hand. Her hands are calloused and weathered. It's obvious that she's not just like a captain who stands by. She does as much of the work as anyone else on the ship.
Dalric is appreciative of this fact.
Surprisingly strong grip. Yeah.
I also have another ribbon.
Or you're just flexing like the startup Predator out here, just like
No, it's
Ah.
it's like that scene from Full Metal Alchemist.
oh, like you shake his, she's like a zoomy.
Yeah. Yeah. So she shakes your hand, and while that, and she basically starts to talk to Derek about the necessary provisioning and whatnot. She tells you that it might be a bit costly to provision for 6 people, but not too expensive. She expects about 120 gold all in. She'd get some extra provisions for in case of emergencies and whatnot. Hardtack, salt, meat, water.
I motion for Flair to come over as well.
Yeah.
And
So
to
you'll basically have like
introduce her to Flair.
a little discussion about what's what. She directs you as to where to go. You all could leave the tavern now if you'd like. You don't need to necessarily work because Adrian and they by the bar, or you could wait for them if you want them to finish their conversation.
We will position ourselves nearer to the. I'll move nearer to the door. Where are we going to meet her?
No, she's with you. Like she would be very happy to accompany you to go to like the various halls and whatnot.
She's okay.
Yeah. She's concerned that you landlubbers won't necessarily know what to buy. But given
Right.
that, I assume, have you explained to her Silda and his ring signet and whatnot?
Not yet.
Okay, great.
So
She assumes that you have the means to purchase whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. At
We
the
can
bar.
explain this later.
Yeah. Was the last thing that Froggy tell you?
He was just happy that I was like commiserating with him. Would you allow that I basically heard what was going on over there? Even just, like,
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
He could hear the
Commotion.
Yeah.
Technically, that conversation hasn't happened yet, though, because as you were talking, Kenshi was now approaching the barrel, right? So Froggy is deep in his depression, and he's like, and it gets worse, lad. If you'd care to hear it.
Sure. I mean, I could listen. The dude up front who Kenshi stole from doesn't know I'm affiliated, so I could stay a little bit. I do notice that Dalric and the guys are kind of like getting up to leave, but I look at them and I'm just like,
again, that conversation still has not happened.
Right
now they still rolling dice.
I get it now.
Yeah. They're rolling dice currently, right?
I get it. Yeah.
My son, Raf, was on board that ship. He'd been taking an interest, and I, probably foolishly, decided to let him go, get a hands-on experience for the craft. He'll be taking over my business, so I suppose he was to be taking over my business. I've no idea where the lad is now. I've no idea what's of him. I've no idea if he even lives. But I'm waiting at the docks just in case he turns up.
That shakes Gekek a little bit. Like he's just like, what the fuck? This dude actually lost his son. So he looks at him a bit more solemnly. I mean, Gekek is a character. Like the one thing he knows about his backstory is that he also lost his people, doesn't know much about him. So he just kind of looks at me. He's like, okay, no, I understand. I understand. I will help you, but we will help you, and probably in the meantime, this is probably when the argument was
as you say, we will help you. You hear a slam, a knife slams into the barrel. Everybody stands up.
Yeah.
There's arguing. You can't quite make up. It's so fast and frenetic, and there's so much other noise in the tavern that you can't quite make it out. The regular tavern goers do not care. This is like day in, day out for them. This is like their everyday life, right? You see Kenshi get onto a chair and stand chest to chest with a half orc man. You see a half elf woman looking kind of bemused by the entire thing and looking slightly less bemused when the half orc sweeps all the gold off the table. You see Kenshi move, but you're not really sure what he did. You just see Kenshi move and then all of a sudden he's given 5 gold and then he walks out. He just like walks straight out. Right? He does the I have some videotapes to return walk and he just leaves. There's a reference that most people might not get. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah. Then you see Flair and Derek talking to the woman a little bit more. They get kind of close. You overhear that conversation. But Benji does not overhear that conversation. He just looking more depressed than when you started this conversation.
Well, while that's
Benji
happening, of
looking
course,
dead.
I'm hearing it. So
Mhm.
I picked up on the information that Copper Tree knows Benji. So I just start talking to him like, hey, your friend Copper Tree over there. We're gonna work with her, and we are going to find out what happened. Maybe even find your loot as well. But for sure, we will find your son.
For sure.
Sure. If you make
Never
up.
say it, don't wanna
You
leave.
do that. You do that for me, lad. Very well. I've not much to my name left, but if you come back with my son, I'll give you everything I have in my pocket right now. 200 gold pieces is as much as I can scrape together from my contacts in this city. It's all yours. All for Raf.
I have half of England to just basically like I don't even want his gold. So in fact, Gekek will actually just say that it's like no
So,
gold.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We could keep an eye open
With
for his son, but
Man did not consult the party whatsoever.
yeah,
No, that is just Gekek acted like
Yeah, no. That
yeah.
this is real. This is it.
Yeah.
I am appreciating it. Yeah, great, fantastic. No mistake, man. Once I can.
Alright, why ice cream eating?
There's this giant tub of orange pine ice cream.
Is the discrimination for the people of Neverwinter?
Uh, um,
God.
Flavorite orange pine too, Adrian. Flavorite is back
Mm.
in Flavorite is back in
Hello.
business.
Wait, what?
He was asking what ice cream I was eating, and I was
Oh,
like,
flavor is
Flavorite.
back in
Telling him,
business.
yeah, Flavorite back in business.
Big
We again Flavorite again.
again, that for sure.
Well, now we know to tell
Mine,
tell Vano to bring that.
yeah, Orange Pine Part 2.
Maybe Neapolitan.
Hey,
You get a Neapolitan because Kristan said the orange wine too sweet.
I don't like sweet thing. Anyway,
Like to be
anyway, right.
fucking sour
So
and thief people money.
that
So all of
that
the cheese.
conversation happens. I guess everybody leaves at the same time, except Benji. Benji is staying in the bar,
Yeah,
just in
well,
case.
Gekek respects that. He gets up, pats his back, and is like, I need to join my team. But
So everything happens at once as you stand up in terms of Captain Coppertree stands up and you realize that she's actually quite tall. Because she's a half elf after all. And as you hop off,
Kenji the short half elf.
yeah, that 5'11" half elf, right?
as you hop off the stool and Broadfigure, I guess, hops off the stool as well, you realize that Benji Frogwater, his legs don't even like brush the little like bars
Yeah,
that is over the bottom of the stool.
the
yeah.
crossbreed.
He's a halfling. You just didn't realize that first.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
And you probably think to yourself, these are useful traits that Silda could have mentioned. Not particularly helpful, yeah? Right.
So that probably thinks that we weird, so that if we just
Yeah, you might back us on.
You
yeah,
get sick all the way.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
So yeah, you'll basically head around the docks district. There are a few like a market stalls sort of thing opened nearby. Captain Coppertree kind of leads so that you'll get fleeced. And yeah, all in, it's 118 gold pieces is the final sum all over the place. It's like 3 in the afternoon at this point. There are like 6 casks of clean water, cured meats, hardtack, a few fresh fruits for the initial venture, but to be eaten on the first day. Some ale, some small beer. Yeah. How are you paying for this?
Okay. Is it okay? Well, we'd like to proffer the writ.
Yeah. Whip out mom's credit card.
This is literally it.
Yeah.
Right. So at this particular stall, he looks at it, he kind of like I see what doing. He holds it up, he examines it, he kinda holds it up to the light, waggles it,
Oh,
knocks
did
it
we
with
get
his
back our
finger a
did we
little
get
bit.
back our deposit by the way, right?
Yes you did.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
add that back to my money.
Yeah, waggles it, knocks kind of bookies the wax seal with his finger, right? Licks the wax,
Lick.
What?
and he looks at the party suspiciously. The captain Coventry also looks at the party, kind of stunned, not suspiciously, but kind of stunned, like where this going from, right? The merchant is like, "Well, I'll be. I never expected to see a writ from the Lord's Alliance in these parts, but looks genuine to me. Send Captain Hallwinter my regards." And he writes something on the reverse side of the receipt, stamps it with a stamp he pulls out from you don't know where, hands the writ back to you, and makes a note of something in his own ledgers. Yeah. Some of Captain Coppertree's crew, the skeleton crew that she has to kind of help along with things. I say skeleton crew, but it's not actually skeletons, right?
Yes,
I know
yes, I
somebody will
understand.
make that stupid joke, right? Load up, casks and whatnot. And she says that she expects to leave by about 5 this evening. If you all have any business left in the city to do, should be at port at that point in time.
Okay, what time is it now?
It's like 3.
Oh,
You have
okay.
like 2 hours.
Where can we reach in 2 hours?
You could get to the Hall of Justice if you want to like update Silda on what's going on.
I
You
think
could
that's fair.
probably make it to at least one of the shops that you visited before.
3 potion shop.
Sure. Yeah. Have to
Who
put that
needs
on.
potions?
Oh, wait,
Somebody
would the potions be covered by this thing?
You could
I'd
pay up
assume so.
to yes, the potions will be covered up to 500 gold of any combination of potion. Right? I need to get the cost back up for that though.
This 25 gold, I think, per push. Well, healing potion, that is.
1 second.
Is it
I
25
think
or
it was
15? It's
it,
25 if Durak make a chant.
it
Oh
is
yeah.
50 gold. It's 50 gold for a potion of healing, yeah? A basic potion of healing is 50 gold.
Yeah.
How much for the next level of potion?
If they have
300.
any.
Okay, I guess you only buy and I want ya small ones then.
They're smarter to buy a bunch of small ones, yeah. Since we don't have any kind of thing healing. And Silda is paying for it, we just say we'd
So
cover
the
this.
Lord's Alliance is
Well,
paying
yes,
for the
yes,
silver.
yes, but they're funding our investigation, right? So that's
Hmm.
fair. Uh, they have an antitoxin or an antidote or something like that.
They do have an antidote, well, antitoxin specifically. Also selling for 50 gold pieces. Should you
Is it
wish
is it a
to.
specific or like is it
Um,
just a
it's like general purpose.
Like what status
Augmenting.
does it cure?
poison?
Yeah, poison.
I mean just poison. Just poison.
Poison, yeah.
So I
A
think
lot of
2 of
things
that
might
and 8 healing. Use the full 500.
Yeah, I mean, we're only full 500, they,
Yeah.
they paying for it, not us.
How much antidotes you think you actually need?
2, most
Depends
likely.
how many poisonous beasts you think you would
Are resistant to poison, and I think Flare.
I could
might
cure
be.
poison.
You could cure poison. Well, why are we
Oh,
buying
well,
any?
5 HP.
Wait, I mean, you could cure the. You
Because
could. Yeah.
I could neutralize it. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
cure it.
You see that? Wait, is that a spell you have to use?
Does
Yeah,
Leon
I
have
use
it?
5 HP from Leon hands, yeah.
Ah, okay, right.
it's best we still take it in case if we ever had a split up and somebody not would play.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take 2 and...
Just to get two, and then eight potions. That means that everybody in the party could keep a potion, and then we could
I'll
have.
just put the be like 2. Who could auto heal?
I
I the
have.
only person I could heal, or?
I have
Jared could heal
short.
himself.
I have short wind. Sorry, second wind. Short wind. Oh my god.
What?
And then
Short.
Kenny,
Once per short rest, I could use a bonus action to get 1d10 plus 5 HP. So yeah,
let's see. Can Johnny heal?
I don't know. I
I'm not
don't
Because I
have
don't know
his.
what orcs do.
I don't have his access to his current character sheets, and I don't know what I don't know if I have it either.
You could always
I
sort
do.
out the split of that after.
Yeah, because
So we already know we
afterwards.
win. Yeah.
everybody could take one, and I could you could hold the others, or I could hold the others. You know
Us.
everybody can take one. Everybody can take one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. What else should we buy or stock up on? Alright, we supposed to give you a fucking list of shit we had buy.
Yes.
Good lord.
Just no.
I was supposed to tell you that I swapped when I did the subclass. I swapped my thing from the Smith's tools to the brewer supplies. As
We
my
attempt to use the Smith's tools last session.
well, I did use the no. Well, I get proficiency in that from the In fact, I get expertise in that actually from being a room knight now.
Right.
So I swapped my basic class
Oh,
thing
your
then.
base.
My,
Alright,
my,
yeah,
my
yeah,
racial
yeah,
thing then, because I have Smith Brewer Stone Cutter now.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I swapped that to Brewer
That's
Supplies.
fine.
Yeah. Was I supposed to start with a copy, whatever that was, or like I
I
just
don't
don't?
know.
It'd be fine to say I don't have it. That I just
Yeah.
had Smith's tools from
Yeah.
before.
I think you do have it.
Yeah. I didn't have any, and I didn't see any for purchase, but I know how to use them. Cool. Right. I don't know what Ken. She wanted to buy one of these tool things here, and I can't remember what he wanted.
Carpenter.
Carpenter. Okay. Buy wood carvers tools as well, and ladder workers tools. Anything else we should have buy from this shit? They sell rations.
Not by the potion shop, but you
No.
have
We had bought stuff now that we just didn't tell you. Like we were
or
supposed to
the
give you the list of what we bought. Yeah,
purchased
from the
item.
from the general thing
I'll tell
store.
you.
Some fucker wanted a 10-foot ladder. Drac.
Yeah, they did the tabaxi selling rations.
Yeah. Kai sheet have ways if we have coin.
You could still give me the purchase list off screen if you want to.
Yeah, that could sort out after.
That's all you could do.
Yeah. Cool. I was figuring if we needed to use anything, that'd be kind of terrible. Okay. Are we able to buy any oil by chance from the supplies here, these stalls, something, or they don't have any oil?
I want to say yes, but I'm not actually seeing it on the list of things that they're selling, so I guess they don't.
How much oil you need?
Yeah, you can buy oil. Yeah, you can buy oil. You can buy.
Okay. I wanna buy
Oil is 1 silver.
0.1 gold piece. Yeah, okay, 1 silver. Let me buy 10.
10 oil.
10 oil, 10 flasks of
Oh,
oil.
10 flasks of oil.
I could tell
There's
you
a
we
10.
have at least 2 oil already in the party. I have one and Durak have one.
I have one, but that's okay. We'll buy more. We don't know when we might want some oil. That's how oil spill. Set
And
some
burn
shit on
down that
fire.
ship.
Exactly. Right. Can add 10 oil and we could add 10 plus. Well, no, I guess it'll be 11 now. Very nice.
Yeah.
I think that's it. I think that's the limit of what we could do, and then everybody should add a potion of healing to their inventory, and Flair could keep the rest since he went to get them.
Yeah, basically. Right. So
Anybody
yeah,
Guys,
you all
anybody telling Silda the plan?
I don't need time to reach one place.
Yeah, well,
Alright,
Flair
good.
went to get potions. Who wanna tell Silda?
I don't know the man, so not me.
Broadfig, you wanna go tell him?
I feel like him and I have a good relationship. I might as well.
I don't think bro. Okay, I'll get a relationship with it.
I'm trying to have a good relationship with everybody. Alright. Tell him.
we just go with Silla, having been told, and he's like, cool, good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just love it. Cool. Right. So yeah, you all board the ship and set sail. Has anyone been on a ship before?
No.
No.
Cool. Everybody gets to roll me a 1d4. I like, no, not 1d4. Everybody gets to roll me a constitution saving.
See if I can check it.
I forget I
Save
changed it.
intro.
Constitution save.
Well,
I don't know what is
Oh
the.
god.
Don't know.
Roderick has never seen a boat in his entire life.
oh no.
What?
That one.
We're not suited for this boat travel.
1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, who missing? Kenshi. 5.
Behind Kenshi,
That
both
is
roll
everybody,
12.
right? No, that is actually everybody because Durak can roll.
Yeah.
You roll for him?
Right.
Roll for him, right?
Sure.
Yeah, he can send in a sheet.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get to.
You want me to roll a real dice for him?
That is alright, I have
No,
it.
he still
No,
don't know
he
the
took the
modifier.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh shit.
Trying to figure out why I'm carrying so much shit on me right now. And I don't have this anymore.
Roderick might be losing his shit.
Everybody except Durak is now seasick.
Even Kenshi? Oh. I
What the
see.
fuck? Me and Kenshi had 12s.
Yeah, but
I
all that
see.
12. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, 18. Okay.
My plus
Could've been-
6 constitution save intro. 12.
Everybody is seasick now.
I use my
Your
cyber
first-
to knock by. Screw you, eh?
Sure.
Flair nearly fall over the ship for vomiting.
Show us there, Kenshi. Don't roll our next one, eh?
Ah! It does.
You are
So, what
not
is this?
seasick,
12 plus
Kenshi.
6 is, 18.
18.
Right, good.
Everybody except Kenshi and Durak are seasick. So for your first action that you take will be made at disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you set sail for the first time in your life. Not necessarily the most pleasant experience. The smell of salt water, rotting fish, and other unquestionable, unfathomable horrors hits you in the face just as you're leaving the port. Half the party runs to the railing and immediately begins to, feel very ill. Captain Coppertree laughs heartily once again and begins singing a sea shanty, a particularly ribald sea shanty about a mermaid. The ship is well underway. Breeze in your hair, Kenshi and Durak, you're standing in front like in Titanic, basically. Having a great time.
Oh, that's the thumbnail for this episode. Perfect.
As you set off into the sunset, literally into the sunset, and that is where we will end the session this week.
Hey.
technically a little shorter because I start kind of
That's
late, but we could do.
This chainmail weighs 55 pounds.
Yes, heavy meal.
Yeah, boy.
Imagine if you fall in the water with that.
And exactly.
right.
Narek staying in the middle next to the mast.
I'm
Just-
very pleased with my table being able to run an entire session purely in theater of the mind.
Good.
I mean, this closer to how we would run like an actual in-person game, or at least how I would run an actual in-person game. You know, when there's not necessity to have like a set of maps on. You know,
We fight anything?
No.
they
It
all
was
seasick.
it was close. It was close.
It was
They
close,
all
yeah.
they almost all seasick except
I
you
see. I see.
and Kenshi.
Kenshi
Right
had to
now, we
use
just doing the
slightly sniper
Titanic
was
pose
it?
at the front of our ship. Yes,
Yeah.
They almost start a bar fight, but they get away with it, and then Kenshi rob the man blind.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. You know, I just telling them that, good job, fellas, for not requiring a mini map for everything.
Anybody who need to buy stuff from whatever, send me the thing so you can just put it on one list and send it right.
Yeah, consider it purchased last time.
Yeah, from last time. Yeah, we did not do that. Get a mirror.
You like have
Mirror.
pick up two things. Yeah, I did pick up two things. Which one is that? Where? In which group or chat?
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me just pull up a notes here. Notes. I'll just add it to notes. And right. A steel mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, yours or mine's?
That is
I'm
genuine.
my own.
Oh, right. But I took one as well.
Okay. How much else it took?
And the carpenter's tools. It's just them two things.
Those two things. Alright. Durak, you had asked for any supplies?
Nope.
That's from last
Anybody
session,
else
huh?
wanted anything? From last session, yeah.
Like, and you wanted the
No,
ladder?
I didn't ask for anything.
The fuck we
Um,
carrying that?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
just
you're taking
did we
the
just
ladder
buy
or
a
no?
ladder and leave? We just
Well, we had dropped the idea of the ladder because we couldn't really carry it around, I think.
yeah, it's a 10-foot ladder, you know.
But I'll find a way. We'll get a fallen ladder at some point.
All right. Anybody else wants anything? The Rai did send a list from that store. Um, in the Discord.
Mhm.
So if anybody else wants to get some stuff, speak or WhatsApp me during the week or anything
Where
like
we
that,
going?
or message in the group. Oh, we are
Right.
on a ship. We are going to investigate some disappearances of our ships in the area.
In the Bermuda Triangle.
Basically, near at the and find out what's going on at the Stonehorn Lighthouse.
Guy horn, but I mean close enough.
Yeah. It's, same difference.
And that is the recording or?
Yeah, you can cut it.